we just want to thank you so much for this opportunity.
Well, thank you in such good English.
Do y'all remember over the summer when Trump had several African leaders at the White House and he was meeting with them? And they didn't really say exactly what it was for. The pleasantries and things that were exchanged, especially during the South African meeting, it sounded like, or he made it seem like it was all about, the white genocide, and Trump was just so concerned about the white farmers and all this and that or whatever. He met with the president of Liberia, the president of South Africa, and I want to say the president of Uganda, because these are slave nations. That's it. That's all. They are sending people who they are kidnapping from ICE to these African countries for slave labor. They're going to prisons and they're being used as slave labor. They're working in mines. They're working in cobalt mines. They're working in gold mines, diamond mines, things of that nature. This is literal human trafficking, and I am sickened and saddened, but not surprised by the fact that once again, some of our African brothers are selling us up the river for their own benefit. Accepting prisoners into your country as slave labor is just absolutely insane. And I feel like this was like a thing that kind of went under the radar because nobody actually really knew why he was meeting with all these African leaders. Like I said, the pleasantries and the things that they made it sound like was like, he was concerned about white genocide in South Africa, or, they were trying to make some sort of peace deal or whatever the hell. We already know that he's trying to get his tentacles into Africa for the resources that they have there. And America doesn't like to pay for anything. They just want to overthrow you and take the shit. That's what they're known for. It's imperialism. And the fact that they're actually getting assistance for some of these African leaders is absolutely disgusting. Remember, the Abrego Garcia guy, they're sending him to Uganda. If they haven't already sent him already, I think he's already been sent. But he's in Uganda. Like, what type of sense does that even make to y'all? Y'all better really start paying attention. These people are literally being used for slave labor. They work them till they die. The human rights violations in these countries are just atrocious. And let's not forget, he literally just met with the Saudi prince of Saudi Arabia, rather, just a week or so ago. And Dubai is notorious for using slave labor to run their entire country. Okay? It is a caste system. You cannot move up from your position. There's no, working your way up to the top. There's no upward mobility. There's none of that. You were born a slave. You'll stay a slave. Your children will be slaves. And that is it. That is how they operate Saudi Arabia and places like Dubai. So, yeah, just pay attention to who he's bringing into the Oval Office, because all these countries have links to human trafficking and human rights violations.